want to lose him from the midfield. I thought he was outstanding the other night against Arsenal. But huge blow for Conor, huge blow for Liverpool. But don't panic. I just think they will be able to patch it up.
What's it like as a manager when, yes, Bradley's injured, but he's not been sold. He will be back in time.
Yeah.
Frimpong has cost quite a bit of money. Gomez is still there who can play there. And as we've seen Szoboszlai play at right back. We've seen Curtis Jones play at right back. Do you really want to waste the wrong word, but spend any of your budget on an area where if fully fit, you are actually well stocked?
No, you really don't. It's different if Liverpool were going for the Premier League again. They're not. There's probably very little chance they can win the Premier League again. Of course, they're still in the Champions League, and they know that. They play tonight against Barnsley in the FA Cup. There's an opportunity in that competition. But like I say, there's no need to panic. I think they got enough players to fill the gap. If they see Conor Bradley as a long-term solution, they're right back, then why would you go to the market? Just wait, boy. He will be back next season. He'll be back stronger with the experience, having dealt with a baddie. No one wants that experience. It helps, certainly, as a player. I wouldn't go to the market. I would just wait, and I would just use some versatile players to fill the gaps.
And they might have someone else from the academy as well. Right, Sky Sports are partnered with Finalysis. Discover true fan opinion to have your say on your club. Download the Finalysis app. Scan the QR code here for more details. Let's speak to Liverpool fan Sarah Luca. Good morning, Sarah. It's been a season of struggles, I think that's fair to say. How much of a blow is this for you that Bradley's out?
Oh, it's a huge blow, and just want to echo Tim's sentiment that I'm devastated for Conor. He's had such a bad run of injuries, and not only are we going to miss him, but so is Northern Ireland. They're still fighting to get into the World Cup, and if they do, I hope he has a speedy but safe recovery and maybe join them in some shape or form, even if it's just to be there with the team.
Yeah, good point.
But I also, we agree on Henderson, Tim. Our love for Henderson. I do think we need to go into the market. We don't have a lot of defensive options at the moment, and especially we've had to cope with Konate having a bad season for most of it. Yes, he's picked up, thank God. But going for someone like Gueye, who could maybe play on the right alongside Van Dijk and Konate, would be amazing if we can actually force that to get over the line. I also like that we're being linked with Mickey van der Vaart from Tottenham. Again, someone who's in the Premier League, could fit in, could play straight away. I don't know how much we'd have to spend to get him away from Spurs right now.
I think it'd be quite a lot to get Van der Ven. I think it would be, but I think your finances are okay, I suppose.
Yeah, I just think going the rest of the season, if we want to get Champions League, if we want to, do well in the Champions League, let's face it, we want to win it to try and salvage this season. I think going the rest of the season with being so light, I also don't like the idea of Frimpong having to play right back all of the time. I think him being a backup for Mo is brilliant, and he's shown some real pace down that wing and giving us some much needed width. And also putting Szoboszlai back there. I mean, it's not getting the best out of that player at all.
Yeah, I agree. If you bring someone to your club who's flexible and can play in various positions, the point I was making, you don't want to buy an out-and-out right back. Conor Bradley is going to be your right back for the future. If you fix that gap now, a short-term fix, you end up being a long-term problem. You'll be a player at your club who's very little game time in the following season. So I'm not sure that the astute men who are in charge of your signings will make that signing this January. I agree. If you can bring Mark Gueye in, he's another body. I'm not sure Mark Gueye will want to come in there and play right back, and tarnish himself very early. He won't be a right back. He won't perform to his best, and people will be saying to him, what a waste of money that is. He plays on the left side of the centre half. That's where he wants to play. So does Mickey van der Ven. So please save some players for some other clubs, can you?
Tim, you might not know this, but Sarah before Christmas asked for Gueye, Wharton, Rodgers and Semenyo. Now she's throwing Van der Ven in. It's quite a very quality wish list, Sarah. But
You've got all else.
She's shrugging her shoulders. Why not? Why not? We have, by the way, had a voice note from Alex on the Bradley injury. Here's what he's had to say. It is coming.
Absolutely gutted for Conor, and Leone as well, gutted for both of them. But in regards to the transfer market, I think Liverpool should go into the market. There's clear gaps in the defence, but I don't think the board trusts Slot enough.
Ooh, what do you think of that, Sarah? I mean, I've not heard. I mean, in terms of bringing in some reinforcements, we hear that a lot, but not trusting Slot.
Yeah, so I hear this from a lot of Liverpool fans, and I think it's because of the hysteria over the summer and being linked with basically every top player, and now it being quite quiet. It has picked up a bit. You know, we're starting to hear a lot about attackers, but not so much about defence. So I get that fan's point. I think there are, still a lot of fans, I'm not one of them, that want Slot out. They don't like his style of play and how we've performed this season. But I do think Slot is the right manager, and he's been doing a hybrid, right, to stop the rot, and that's worked. And it was a really, really great performance against Arsenal. And I think we can build on that. I do think that it's right that we are looking at some attackers. And I also obviously want a defensive midfielder, which I think could maybe help with if Frimpong is in that right back. We have a really tough defensive midfielder like Wharton or Anderson, so Elliot Anderson. They could maybe then help when Frimpong goes forward rather than Szoboszlai having to drop back, etc. So I do think there's a deal to be done, or a couple of deals to be done, to make sure that we are fit for the rest of the season.
Do you think Frimpong's not the answer at right back?
No, only because he's really exciting going forward. Yes, he still needs to get those crosses connecting with our players.
Yeah.
There was too many of them during Arsenal that just didn't connect. But also, is Mo going to come back and fire on all cylinders? I hope so, because he's been doing it for Egypt. But there's still a lot of nervousness around Mo. Is there going to be a bombshell when he comes back? Like the earliest he could play for us is the 21st, which is our Champions League game against Marseille. Like, hopefully he comes back all guns blazing and going to prove everybody wrong.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Sarah,
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thomas Frank is under big pressure at Tottenham. Coming next, we'll discuss whether their game against West Ham United is make or break for Frank's future.